Sexy.
Hey, keep it going. How's it going, everybody? Yes, sir. I appreciate that. That was nice. Okay. All right. Man, I'm glad to be here, man. Everyone looks good. I'm gonna say this up top. It's a little PSA I give every show I do, but I sweat a lot. So when y'all see it, just be cool about it. Don't be weird. Don't be a dick. Just be cool. I can see on some of you guys' faces, some of you guys are like, how much is it? It's enough to mention it. All right, so don't be weird. Just have a good time. Be like, he's working so hard. Man, glad to be here, man. I'm just gonna be talking a lot of shit and bragging about myself tonight. Thank you. I started going to the gym this year. That was cool. Anybody here go to the gym? Nice. Nice. I like how most of the room's like, never thought of it. Yeah, it's just not for me, but good for you. I like the gym, man. A lot of people are motivated to go for different reasons, but I was inspired off of a late night P90X commercial. It was just a guy flexing, and he was like, real men have thick backs. And now I just want a thick ass back. That's all I want, just the thickest. I want to buy a shirt that says juicy and make people uncomfortable. Like that's the goal. The top goal, I want to get my back so thick, I just confuse people, you know. I want to be in a line at Starbucks and the person behind me is like, who put this door here without a handle? You know, that's what I want. That's my gym goal journey. I don't know, man. It's nice. I started going to the gym at the right time. I started going in June, which if you don't know, that's Pride Month. Because we all know if you've been, the gym is a pretty gay place. It's a lot of misguided heterosexual energy in there, for sure. It's nice, it's cool. I want to brag, but first day I got a gym bro. I was doing leg day, which is the gayest day of the week at the gym. Not a coincidence, it's nice. My favorite leg day workout, if you ever want to try it, it's a back squat. It's where you put the bar on your back, you put some weights, and you squat with it. But the person that spots you to make sure you don't hurt yourself, it's very specific how they have to hold you. They have to go behind you and grab your chest. Then you guys squat together. And to help you get it up, he thrusts it with you. And when you get it up, he leans in and goes, good job. That's the whole vibe. It's not gay. Football taught me, It's a very straight sport. I don't know. Look, man, I'm not gonna lie. I have the best gym bro in the world. He is attentive. He is. Every workout, every water break, he has my back. It's crazy. He might be too friendly though. I don't know. I'm trying to gauge it because he would have my back till the very end. I mean, every single time. Like he was sitting there, he was like, "Hey man, you sure you don't need me to spot you?" And I was like, I am in the bathroom, but next time, Jeremy, I appreciate that. Man, DC boy, DC's cool. District of Columbia, it's nice little area. I moved out here 2.5 years ago. It's nice. This is my first gentrified city I've lived in. It's a first, but it's cool. I like it. When I moved here, I told my grandparents, and they used to come here all the time when they were kids, so they were excited. They're like, oh, you're gonna love DC. That's Chocolate City. It's not really Chocolate City out here, It's more like Ben and Jerry's. It's mostly vanilla and enough chocolate to keep it interesting. That's the vibes. I've learned a lot being here. I've learned how you can tell how gentrified your city is. And the number one indicator are the Black Lives Matter signs. Boy, the nicer they are, the more gentrified that city is. And my neighbor has the nicest Black Lives Matter sign I've ever seen in my life. Boy, it glows in the dark and flashes. It has Dr. King on the front giving a salute. And then it has a do it on the bottom like Nike. And it's like, this is a nice neighborhood. Then I saw my neighbor come outside and I was like, hey neighbor. And she was like, kids, get in the house. I was like, oh my God. this is a nice neighborhood. I'm like, I'm only spending $1,500. That's crazy. This is real gentrified. I won't lie to y'all, man. I don't like the signs. I think it was a bad ad. I don't think the person who made it tried hard enough to get the message across. They were just, put that up. I think my favorite thing to do, honestly, I like to get drunk and go to bars and confuse people and just ask them what they think about it. I'm like, so what do you think about Black Lives Matter sign? They're like, I don't know. What do you think? I had this one argument recently. It was my favorite to date, right? This dude, me and him were arguing, and his ending, closing argument, he was like, hey, this may make you feel uncomfortable, but this sign makes me look like a hero to my community. I was like, I don't think it makes you look like a hero, So, and I gave him the best example. I was proud of myself, right? So I told him, I was like, imagine you're walking in a neighborhood on a bright sunny day, enjoying life, and you see a house with a sign, and that sign says, we don't touch kids, thumbs up. Like, this nigga's a pedophile. This man touches kids. Why would he say that? That's weird. No one asked about that. That's strange. I like how some of y'all are like, that's a great joke. Other people are like, I'm not taking it down. I don't care what he says. Put a lot of glitter on there. Not today. Damn. Check. I like to do a little poll every time I come out here, man. In DC, anybody in here lactose intolerant? I like how that quiet. It sounded like ghosts were in here for a second. Being lactose is crazy. If you're not lactose intolerant, check on your lactose intolerant friends. Like, we are never doing well. Like, we make decisions every single day. There is no greater form of self-harm than lactose intolerance. That's what I'm saying. Every time I go to dinner with my family, they talk to me like I'm walking on a ledge. They're like, don't do it. Put the milkshake down. You have a whole night ahead of yourself. And I still drink it. I'm like, I'm taking all of you with me. Man, you see, boy. Nice, we all drinking there. That's a margarita? That's nice. I'm gonna get that. Sorry, I've been drinking. And I was like, let's switch it up from whiskey. A margarita sounds like the next move. That's nice. And I came to DC for a few reasons. I heard the jobs are good, so that's why I came out here. A lot of weird jobs in DC. My buddy has a really weird one. He writes obituaries for a living. And he says he makes good money. I don't question him. But it's crazy because I'm also the kind of person where I feel like no matter what job I do, I'm gonna be great at. And I've read some of his work, and let me tell you, he is a lazy piece of shit. Like, he does not try. All of his articles end with, they died so young. And that's just so basic, So I pitched to him for a few weeks, and this is my favorite, right? He didn't use it, but I thought it was great, right? I thought it was sad and relatable. I said, they died right after paying rent. Because can you imagine that, dying on the second and they keep the check? That's fucked up, Like, throw it in my grave like a pharaoh. Give me some spending money in the afterlife. That'd be nice. He talks about his job all the time. It's depressing, but he taught me one thing. I realized that I'm not afraid of dying that much. That's not me. But I will say I'm afraid of dying doing something embarrassing. Like that on the front page, that's not cool, And I will say this, I think the most embarrassing way a man can die is like doing some chivalrous gentleman shit. Because that's not cool. Like, she's not gonna respect you for that. I lost all the ladies in the room, but let me tell you, chivalry is dangerous, okay? People keep saying chivalry's dead, but no, everyone who has done it has died. Like, that's the vibe. And guys, I feel like, we don't speak up enough. This is a safe space. We know what the most dangerous rule is. That's the one when the man and woman are walking down the sidewalk. The man stands closest to the street. Because if a car swerves off the road, it'll kill him. But she'll live to tell his story. And I feel like that's okay. All right. Let's go on. We got a murderer up front. Should watch a lot of true crime over the pandemic. That's not for me. I feel like that's a marriage privilege, not a first date vibe, because she doesn't know me. If it was a first date, she's gonna embarrass me at my funeral, I already painted a whole picture in my head. it's my funeral. She's up there giving a speech, terrible speech, fake crying and shit, just up there like, Dom was such a good friend, just a friend, nothing more. He spent $100 on a first date. He's a good guy. He didn't work out much. You saw what that Prius did. Her friends in the crowd just making it even worse. They're in there, they're just sitting there, they're like, oh, he died for her. That nigga was thirsty. He got no pussy. He should be ashamed of himself. Then I go to heaven and God's like, I can't even look at you. It's like, I deserve better. I make all my dates walk in the bike lanes. So if anyone's interested, let me know. But you know what? I'm gonna end on that, man. I've been Dom Greer. Thank y'all so much.